7:17 your time. It's the Friday morning edition of the Tennessee Valley This Morning, and as we do every Friday morning, we bring in Lights, Camera, Cleveland. Rob and Ryan are back. Our resident, well, for the lack of a better saying, we'll say the movie critics. Just, everybody's a critic, right? That's what I hear. Everybody's a critic. You never know what these guys are going to come up with. Obviously, the stick today is they're just not going to talk. You got Nancy laughing over there. Okay, let's start over, guys. Good morning.
You couldn't do it anymore?
I couldn't do it anymore.
They put us up to it. They put us up. It's like an April Fool's. We're supposed to just stare at
I
your
was
thing,
just going to ask you. That's interesting.
I don't know.
I was going to ask you. Today is April Fool's Day.
I wish you had started laughing.
Yeah, you had the coffee. I didn't have anything. I needed something.
I should have given you
I should have had the book.
Chattanooga radio and television.
You know, I hear Hey, look at this guy.
How handsome are you in this book?
You never know what these guys
What,
do.
what is it about your fame that we've lucked out that we get to sit next to you every Friday?
You're just blessed, is all I can say. I don't know. You're just
Do we know how long we have today? Because we're never sure how long we have, and we want to make certain
You've
that
got
we're...
about 10 minutes left.
Oh, man, 10 minutes.
you-
We burned the first minute.
Yeah, you've burned the first
in silence. That's okay.
That's all right. We'll live. We'll make it.
It's interesting that you did that because I was going to ask you, since today's April 1st and April Fool's Day, what super joke are you going to pull on me? And you did it without me even asking. That was what was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. We try to please. Have you been to see any good movies lately?
I went to see
What'd you go see?
Unknown.
Yeah, you said you had a bone to pick with Rob here about that.
That was a great movie, bud.
No way.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
No, I don't know. I don't know that I can actually. I mean, I trust you in most things, but did you see Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise?
Years ago?
Yeah. Did you
That
see
was
it?
an awful movie.
Right. They just look like the exact same movie, Dan.
Oh.
Except one has Liam Neeson. That's the only problem that I had with it.
No.
We've thrown off the rhythm. You can tell. Like at this point, you're used to us coming in and being funny men. from the
Unknown
beginning.
was a good movie, and you know what was good about it? That crazy twist at the end. I was not expecting.
You're not
What
going to
happened?
actually. No. Yeah.
I was pulling one on all the viewers.
Yeah, that's true. So tell us what happened in that crazy twist in the end. Except don't really.
No, I'm not going to do that because people will want to go see it because I recommended it now.
Well, yeah, I believe that is true. I believe that's absolutely true. No, you know what? We're pretty excited about talking film this morning because there's a lot of good movies that are getting ready to come out.
That's right.
This weekend?
This is a big one. You know, every once in a while you'll have a weekend where you've got 4 or 5 films that all hit.
Right.
And this is actually one of those weekends. We're not going to talk about them all for time's sake. You know, last time we kind of ran into Joe Palo's commercials a little bit.
He was very upset.
He pulls us in the side room there and yells at us.
He was like,
a lot.
People want to see my face every commercial break.
I understand that.
What's the name of the guy with the scared roosters? Surprised? Is it something surprised rooster?
Confused Rooster.
I found his commercial online the other day. He's got a pressure washing commercial. It's fantastic.
Well,
Anyway, yeah, lots of movies coming out. A couple we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about Insidious because...
What's it called?
Yeah, Insidious. Insidious. Say it like...
Insidious.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. And then what else do you not want to talk about?
I don't really want to talk about Super, the Ray Wilson movie.
Super's just going to be really good. Just trust us on that, but you don't want to see it.
Is it going to be super?
I think it's going to be really good,
If
but
it's your kind of movie.
I don't think that most people will like it. So that's probably going to think. So let's start with Hop.
All right, Hop. Welcome to Easter time.
Does that have something to do with Bugs Bunny?
It has something to do with bunnies.
The Easter Bunny.
Bunnies.
Yeah.
In general, this is the new James Marsden film. You may know him. He was Cyclops in the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Grease. He was in the Grease remake. He was most recently, I guess that you might know him from. Would be Hairspray, that's it, and Enchanted. Mm-hmm. You know, he played the prince in Enchanted, and this is another one of those sort of human being mixed with cartoon.
Yeah.
And Russell Brand plays the son of the Easter Bunny.
Right.
the son of the Easter Bunny.
The son of the Easter
Yeah.
Bunny decides that he is going to move to Hollywood to become a rock star. He wants to be
Okay.
a drummer in a
I'm
band.
starting to laugh because she looks so serious. Like she's over.
She's upset because you're in her chair.
I know. Well, what people don't know is like I didn't know that she's here when we're not here because I guess she must have took a couple months off or something. But just a minute ago when we were about to sit down, she was like, "Fine, fine, alderman,
Kidding, of course.
sit down."
You can always tell when they're kidding because
So-
their mouth's open.
He's like, "No, seriously, it's fine. No, they're joking with you."
Please come back next Friday. Well, so he plays the Easter Bunny, and he's the son of the Easter Bunny, and he's running away to Hollywood to become the drummer in a rock band. And on his way there, James Marsden accidentally runs him over.
Oh.
And so wackiness therefore.
Yeah, then
ensues.
wackiness ensues.
And so the whole thing is that the bunny has to save Easter. Is that?
There's
don't know
an
what
evil.
he's-
There's an evil chicken who's voiced by Hank Azaria.
Right.
And
Now that's not as bad as talking monkeys.
no,
No, not at all.
Or
Give
not
me a
as
hard
good.
time about
Yeah,
that.
not as good as Talking
Yeah.
Monkeys is how we prefer.
So
I gave this one actually a grade last night on the show. I think that it's going to be better than people think.
Is it out this weekend?
It is, and I think that Hank Azaria and James Marsden don't make bad decisions, and Russell Brand is kind of the it guy right now.
Right.
And even though he's kind of annoying to watch because he looks like some sort of crazy homeless heroin addict, I think when he looks like a cute Easter bunny, it's not going to be so bad.
Okay.
Right.
So
You
the
know.
title of that movie again?
Hop.
Hop. So
Yeah.
hop on over to the theater this weekend. And
snap.
Look at that's right there.
Oh,
that's what makes you sit in the big chair.
that comes with years of experience. That's what it is.
He's ready at any moment.
Nancy's over there laughing.
the other big one.
Yeah.
The other big one this weekend is what's the other one we want to talk about? Is Super, Insidious, Hop, and then
Source Code.
Source Code.
The new Jake Gyllenhaal film.
I've not seen the previews of
Well, it's basically Eagle Eye, except if you replace Shia LaBeouf with Jake Gyllenhaal and leave the same girl in it,
Right, she's in both films.
then you have this movie.
it. The same.
You know,
What is
this
it with
film-
Hollywood? They keep recycling the same scripts and just giving it new titles.
I feel the same way about our segment on this show.
That's exactly how I feel.
This one is this one's about a guy who works for the government, and he goes back in time for a period of 8 minutes over and over again in an attempt to stop this bomb from exploding on a commuter
yeah,
train.
yeah.
But he ends up falling in love with the girl from Eagle Eye while he's doing it.
Right.
I did see that preview.
I think
Yeah.
it sounds a little bit like Groundhog's Day, but not funny and not with Bill Murray.
yeah.
That's what I think.
When I saw the preview, by the way, I saw the preview when I went to see Unknown, which I like.
With Liam Neeson.
With Liam Neeson.
With Liam Neeson.
The handsomest man
I
in
saw
film.
the previews and I thought, I don't know if I want to see that or not.
I think it's one of those. I kind of think it's the exact opposite of Hop that we were just talking about. I think this movie's going to be worse than you think.
Right.
Like you see the trailer and it's sort of like, yeah, it's okay,
Yeah.
but it's probably not going to be that good. I like Jake Gyllenhaal pretty well.
I think it's kind of a step down for him, though.
right.
You know,
It doesn't feel
Shia,
like his kind of film.
Shia needed to do an Eagle Eye to sort of, get his face out there.
Right.
And Jake is kind of like to step back to do an Eagle Eye is
Yeah.
kind of an unusual career choice for him.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we got 4 minutes, and so we want to go on to the big one that's opening this weekend.
real big one.
Yeah, this is the real big one. Obviously, most people have already heard about it. It was based on the short story by Louis L'Amour. The story by Louis L'Amour was called South of the Border.
Right.
This film, though, they've changed the name. This is On the Runs.
Right.
Actually starring Liam Neeson and Ryan Gosling. And it's coming out. And this is about a couple of guys from rural Virginia
Right.
who go down to Mexico to pull a bank heist. Okay, and then
while they're there,
Right.
they rob this bank, and obviously, it's a comedy. The story
Right.
it's based on was not. But they rob this bank, and on the way back, one of those pellets that explodes with the paint,
Right.
in the money, explodes, and
kind of
Ryan.
explodes in the middle. In the trailer, it explodes in the middle of the car.
Right.
So they're driving away from the bank heist.
So
and it
they
explodes in
use
their
all
car.
of the water that they have to try and get their window clean and clean all this stuff, and so they end up making this emergency stop, and they fill up their water jug with Mexico water. And so now they are literally on the run.
So now they're on
so
the
to
run.
speak.
And it's really funny because the story, in this story, Ryan Gosling, you know how hot Alec Baldwin is right now. He's making a big
Yeah,
resurgence.
he really
and
is.
he sort of plays like the Gene Hackman type character of the Texas town that they're headed to. He's like the unofficial mayor who's and he decides
Like the Quick and the Dead, the Gene Hackman.
Right.
That's what he's-
And so he's the one, he decides that what he's going to do is he's going to throw them in jail, keep them, or, give them over to the Mexican government and keep the money for themselves. And so what's funny about this film, at least I think I'm giving it a great, is because it looks like it's going to be serious in the right places and funny in the right places. And I just think there's something really funny about a couple of Mexican bank robbers that are trying to find a bathroom. Yeah. I think that looks actually hilarious.
That's really kind of a thin plot when you think about it, but it could be funny.
Right. Well, I mean, it's got all the right actors in it.
Yeah.
The director is good. You've heard of Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I've heard of it.
And so, he hasn't been acting for a while, but he's been doing a lot of producing
And
and,
he has
a lot of
he
directing.
has directed. He directed a movie called Wisdom, which is fantastic. And everybody remembers the movie he made with Charlie Sheen called Men at Work.
Men at Work.
Yeah.
But after that he's done a lot of producing, and now he's trying to get back into
I see.
directing.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this last night on the podcast, talking about this film, and I really, really liked Men at Work. Do you remember
And
that one?
I did
It was
like
one
it.
of those weird movies,
It was.
but they made it work. Like, that's a thin plot, too.
Right.
That
When
was
you
thin.
think
But you really care about
a
those
thin
garbage
plot about
men.
right a couple of garbage men that are in a fight with other garbage men.
Right.
That's you know what I mean. And so it's not weird. It's not weird to think of Emilio Estevez directing this one. I think it's going to be fantastic.
I do
So
too.
I'm
Looks
giving
really
it.
funny.
I'm giving it a great.
So 30 seconds, you go see Hop and you go see
On the Runs.
On
That's right.
the Runs.
Definitely go
Those are
see On the
two
Runs.
Coming out this weekend.
Yep.
Have you seen? I'm going to mention Nancy's movie she saw last night. Just real quickly, have you seen Spanish Prisoner?
That's out right now.
What is
It was Netflix.
Or she saw it on. Oh, okay. I thought you're talking about the old film, Spanish
She
Prisoner.
recommended
Okay.
it. She recommended it.
I thought there was a new. I was like, we're just now talking about On the Runs, which is south of the border, and now we're talking about the Spanish Prisoner, also
We're out of
south
time.
of the
It's
border.
always great to have Rob and Ryan in, and it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it as well. It's Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Join Nancy and take the boat out. She won't care. I'm just not going to tell you where she lives, so you won't show up. But she's upset with me now. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Get outside. Enjoy it, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Go see On the Runs.